Good day everyone, I'm Hurley of Warify Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the Tangzu One Air 2nd Gen, or we'll simply call it the One Air 2nd Gen throughout this video, or for the sake of this video. Okay, but before I proceed, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, including me. Since again, I am not what do you call this? I won't be editing this extensively since recording or doing videos isn't really my forte. I'm more of a written type of person than more of a video person, if you catch my drift. Okay, so to give you an idea, the Tangzu One Air lineup has been quite some time now. I do believe it is around 2 to 3 years since the first One Air was released, with along with the others like the Zetian Wu, or like the previous Tangzu IEMs. But then days or years pass by and it has a couple of iterations. Like for example, it had some colorways, some versions of the One Air SG. Then it is lastly it is followed by the One Air SE, which is the studio edition or the more neutral edition of the Tangzu One Air lineup, as opposed to the usual warm neutral sound signature that the what do you call this, that the original Tangzu One Air has. Okay, so I personally love the One Air SE, although some people did not prefer it despite them looking for a neutral sounding set. So we'll see if the One Air 2nd Gen will fit the bill for their preferences or for their ears. Okay, so as usual, the Tangzu One Air, or Tangzu in general, does things differently when it comes to their mascot, or their what they call their so-called waifu. Okay, they are doing it differently compared to the other brands in the market. As you can see in the box art, it is majestic, it is very elegant, it is well detailed, it is well drawn in my opinion, and it references the what do you call this? It references the iconic people, or the prominent slash popular people, like as the emperor and empresses in the Chinese culture. Okay, I'm not that into deep into the Chinese culture, so I might get it wrong. I may be getting it wrong. I do apologize for that one. So there's that. And here is the box. As you can see, it is well detailed, it is well defined. By the way, this is priced at around 20 to 25 US dollars depending on the configuration that you are getting. And at the same time, this also has a black colorway. I personally prefer the black colorway, but again, beggars can be choosers. I don't want to what do you call this, as much as possible I don't want to choose um or demand the Linsol, or in this example, on what should I get or what I need, what I wanted. So I let them choose on what they want to send to me. So here we are in the white colorway and in 4.4 configuration. But yeah, honestly, you don't need the 4.4 configuration in this one. More into that later. Okay, as you can see, here's the box, here's the specifications. It is 113 decibels, yes, and it is 19 ohms. It is easy to drive, that's for sure. I can confidently say that it is very easy to drive. Okay, so you can see, and yeah, yes, you can see the sensitivity, the impedance, and all of their socials here in the QR. Okay, as for the accessories included, there isn't much like the usual Tangzu One Air SG and the SE. And apparently today they made a minor compromise at the exchange for a better quality, I guess. Since before, they used to include, what do you call this, cleaning cloth that has the drawing of the box art, or that has the art of the box art. But today here in the One Air 2nd Gen, they did not include that one, which is, in my opinion, which is a bummer. They just included this carton some odd reason. I don't know why, but oh well. But then again, it isn't really a big of a deal to me or a deal breaker, since you can always buy or you can always have a cleaning cloth for 1 or 2nd gen, despite it being not really prone to dusts or any dirt at all. But there's that. So that's the mini compromise on that one, in an exchange for a Tangzu Sankai ear tips. Yes, the Tangzu Sankai ear tips is definitely one of the best budget third party ear tips that you can have or you can purchase in today's standard, in my opinion. It is also usually my go-to on my other IEMs, along with the Dunu SNS and the Triclarions. Actually, OB Audio introduced me to the Triclarions, and I would like to thank him for that. Okay, and as you can see, there's nothing much really. If I were to nitpick, what do you call this? If I were to nitpick, they could have included a case or a pouch for this one, since it would be a good treat and it adds a bit of longevity to the product, in my opinion. But there's that. Okay, now here's the cable. As you can see, the cable is also upgraded. As you can see, it is visually pleasing now. It is also well built, in my opinion, when compared to the previous cable. The previous cable was basic, and just what do you call this, it is just all right for the price, in my opinion. Here in the 2nd gen, it is now better, as you can see. And here are the IEMs itself. Yes, the design is a bit different now, as you can see. It isn't your usual Tangzu 1 or SG type of design. They changed the design. As you can see, they kind of made a rehaul, in my opinion. Yes, the edges are now smoother. It is now a little bit larger than the previous 1er. So there's that, and it is also mildly chunkier, as you can see, when compared to the previous 1er. So there's that. Okay. Now, as for the fit and comfort, uh, he, it is all right, in my opinion. But on the first try, or on the first time I used it, it was kind of a bit uncomfortable to my ears, because the ear hooks with the cable is quite stubborn. So I decided to remove it myself, as you can see, to get a better fit. Because based on my observation, the what do you call this, the ear hooks, the ear hooks are the culprit to my ears when it comes to, in order for me to get a better fit, seal, and comfort. Though I don't promote that you also remove your ear hooks manually, since it voids the warranty if warranty exists here. But yeah, that is the method that I did. And the moment that I removed the ear hooks, it was a life changer. It is a life changing decision to me, up to the point that I restarted my reviewing period with the 1 or 2nd gen. So there's that. So you can see, I removed it. As you can see here. But again, if you don't want to ruin your cable, and you find the 1 or 2nd gen's cable a bit compromising in the fit in your ear, you may, if you want to, you may purchase a cable, probably a third party cable that has a better ear hooks or a softer ear hook, since the 1 or 2nd gen is now in your normal 2-pin. As you can see, it is now in the normal 2-pin. Yes, hail, rejoice. I prefer this one over the QDC connection, because it is a bit more universal. Yes, it is more universal, and fits a wide variety of cables that you can find in your closet or in the shopping sites that you go to. Okay. Okay. Now, as for the drivability, again, the Linsol sent me the one with the 4.4, as you can see. But in my opinion, the 1 or 2nd gen do not need the 1 or 2nd gen do not need a 4.4 connection, because it is easy to drive. It is very easy to drive, that even an Apple dongle can drive it properly. Okay, you don't need an extravagant dongle on this one. You don't need an expensive dongle or a source for this one. You can just like purchase or use whatever you have there, and pair this one with what do you call this, with that dongle you own or a source you own, and you're good to go. But for my recommendation, I would prefer a neutral sounding DAC for this one, preferably two VRMs for minimal compromises, or for just in case you want to buy an additional IEM that will probably fit the neutral sounding DACs existing currently in the Chi-Fi market. Okay, okay. Now as for the sound, let's proceed to the sound. The sound quality of this one, in my opinion, is a in a nutshell. Okay, in a nutshell, it is a One first gen, or the One SG, and the One SE hybrid. So basically, it is a mishmash between the two sets in terms of sound quality, paired with a different type of shell, different type of comfort, probably different ventings as well. As you can see, the ventings on this one are quite different. Yes, it is quite a different. Oh, and by the way, what do you call this? The nozzle on this one is a bit shorter. Yes, as you can see, it is a bit shorter than the previous One or the One SE. So you do need to keep that in mind, just in case that you think that the One SE fits you. So probably this will fit you too. Okay, so you do need to keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, so as for the sound, again, it is a One SG plus SE hybrid. So, Tangzu managed to mix the One SG first gens bass and warmth response with the One SE's neutrality and treble extension. So here we are with the One second gen. Okay, my findings on this one also really affected a lot, since again, I restarted my reviewing phase on this one, since I am not getting a proper secured fit when I did not remove the ear hooks. When I did not remove the ear hooks, it sounded a bit V-shaped to me. It is actually a V-shaped sounding set when I did not remove the ear hooks. But when I removed the ear hooks and used it again, it is a clear night and day difference. Okay, since the Tangzu One second gen, in my opinion, is originally tuned as a neutral sounding IEM with a bass boost. The bass boost is definitely observable in this IEM, along with the IEMs today that I have reviewed, since in my opinion, it is quite noticeable that the trend today in terms of the IEMs tuning is your usual neutral but with a bass boost, because it is a bit more versatile. It is, what do you call this? It is a bit more palatable, I guess, to most audiophiles or to most enthusiasts, since most of their inquiries are mostly like that. So again, there's that. Okay. Now, as for the bass is, again, it is chunky, it is thick, it is rumbly, of course, and it is a bass dominant. So do expect on that one. The details are okay. It is decent. It is nothing to write home about that, but it is not. But oh, sorry, but it is far from being bad either. So you don't have any problems on that one for the price that the One second gen requires. Okay. Should I call this a bass head's dream? Well, if the bass head that we're talking about, or the ears that prefers bass that we're talking about, is also prefers a more neutral slash almost but not quite laid back sounding upper frequencies, then I guess yes, this can probably be a budget bass head's dream when it comes to the IEM headspace. That's for sure, since this is a bit more bassy than the Tangzu One first gen, in my opinion. Okay, now as for the mid is clear. It definitely inherited the mids that the One SE has. On first glance, actually, the vocals are really forward. It is noticeably forward, but after get some time getting used to it, it is more of on the neutral side of things. If by an extent, it is slightly forward in vocals, but not quite. Okay. As for the warmth on the lower mids, there isn't much, so any added warmth to the vocals isn't really that noticeable unless you compare it with a warmer or a brighter source. As for the upper frequencies, it is well extended, it is airy, it is clear, but at the same time, it does not have any unnatural peaks or harshness in that regard. So, I would like to commend 1 or 2nd gen for that one, for having a well extended upper frequencies while keeping it very safe, or at the very least, safe for most people or for most ears. Okay? Now, as for the treble is well extended, that's for sure. It again, it inherited the One R SE's qualities on this region, while keeping the safety of those people who are extra sensitive to upper frequencies considered. Okay, so it is a well tuned set for that price. It is also, what do you call this, it is substantially detailed for its price. Again, just like the bass and just like the mids, there isn't really nothing to write home about, but again, it is far from bad. It just gets the job done for its price, and it gets the job done beautifully, in my opinion, for that price, making it stand out on my recommendations, actually. Okay, now as for the technicalities, on this regard, again, the One R SE toned down or probably passed down those qualities here in the Tangzu 1 or 2nd gen. So as you can see, the sound, or the moment I hear it, the sound stage is wider than deep with a good amount of height. The separation and layering is well put, it is clean, it is well layered, but at the same time, there are times that it can sound a bit congested on very heavy passages. Okay, and the imaging is as accurate as ever. Again, I use this for listening to live performances, to podcasts. I even used this on watching Black Mirror earlier, the latest episode. If you know, you know. And it sounds very accurate on that regard. Okay, so where should I compare this? Well, in my opinion, we should compare this to the we should compare this to the One R SE and the SG, because the One R SE and SG, again, in a nutshell, is a, what do you call this? It is the think of it as a father and mother figure of the One or 2nd gen, because it is definitely the One or SG 2nd gen is a hybrid of those two. So in my opinion, if you're willing to spend $20 on an IEM and you want that sound, just get the One or 2nd gen, assuming that you have the average sized ears and you are willing to do some tip rolling, since the nozzles are a bit short. So with all those things considered, the One or 2nd gen is your best bet on that one. Okay, so where should we compare it against? Here in the Tanchjim Bunny. When compared, the Tanchjim Bunny is a bit more neutral. It is a bit more mild U-shaped when compared to the Tangzu 1 or 2nd gen. Since the 1 or 2nd gen is definitely an L-shaped sound signature, or a neutral with the sub-bass boost, while this one, both ends like the bass and the treble on the Tanchjim Bunny is well put. I'd call it well controlled. I'd call it well controlled, but at the same time, it isn't really forward when it comes to that. Okay, so there's that. As for the bass and treble extensions, definitely the One R SG 2nd gen wins on that one. And as for the technicalities, the Tanchjim Bunny wins on the separation and layering, but it isn't really night and day, actually. When compared to the One or 2nd gen, you can still pick the One or 2nd gen and you can still enjoy the technicalities it has. Their differences on that regard isn't really a lot for you to overthink or for you to overcalculate things. Okay, so I'll be switching now to the what do you call this? I'll be switching now to the Tagalog summary of my review. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so si One or 2nd gen, as you can see, ito yung pinakabago ng Tangzu, na ito yung successor ng One R SE and One R SG. I still have the One R SE here. Oo. And then nga, medyo ni-rehaul nila. As you can see, yung design iba na, yung cable iba na. Ngayon may kasama na siyang tangsang kay ear tip, so mas na-utilize na yung tunog. Pero ayun nga, may mga compromises din kasi wala na yung cleaning cloth. Nakikita nyo naman dito. And at the same time, ang tawag doon, yung nozzle niya is mas maliit na when compared dito sa naunang 1R SE. Tapos, mas chunky rin. As you can see, mas chunky rin yung, 'di ba? Mas chunky rin yung ano niya yung shell niya when compared dito sa 1R SE. So, ayun, yung mga maliliit yung tenga, siguro magkakaroon sila ng hard time if it or kailangan nila mag-ear tip rolling para sa akin. Pero ayun, once na nakapag-ear tip roll sila or nagamit nila yung ear tips na gusto nila, very rewarding yung tunog netong 1R SG 2nd gen. Madali lang siya madrive, hindi mo need ng 4.4 dyan. For the love of God, don't do it. Oo, promise, hindi mo need ng 4.4 dyan. 3.5mm will do. Kaya kung naka-type C ka, hindi mag-type C ka. Pero ayun, you don't need extra power, extra source dyan. Kahit Apple dongle, okay lang dyan. Okay, yung tunog niya, tunog siya ng mga nasa trend ngayon, which is yung neutral na may sub-bass boost. So, if bass head ka and naghanap ka rin ng neutral at the same time, congrats kasi para sa'yo itong 1R 2nd gen. Okay, so again, sub-bass dominant siya, so rumbly siya. Yung neutral, yung mids niya at saka highs neutral, wala namang sibilance ako na na rinig, pero well extended naman din siya. At the same time, may details naman. Yung sound stage niya, halos katulad lang din ng 1R SE. Wala gaanong pinagkaiba actually. Oo, siguro sabihin natin mas malinis lang ng kaunting-kaunti yung separation at layering ng 1R SE. Dahil na rin siguro dun sa bass response niya. Pero ayun nga, hindi mo need mag-overthink. Definitely, if may budget ka ng pang 1K or $20, dumiretso ka na sa 1R 2nd gen. Unless na lang gusto mo talaga i-design ng first gen ng 1R or yung 1R SE, then by all means, gawin mo kung anong gusto mo. Okay? Okay. So, balik na ako sa aking summary nitong, what do you call this? Itong 1R 2nd gen. Okay. So, what is my verdict on the Tangzu 1R SG 2nd gen? Yep, that's a lengthy name. They'll call it again the 1R 2nd gen. So, what is my verdict on the 1R 2nd gen? In my opinion, definitely the 1R 2nd gen is currently one of the best. Yes, one of the best. Currently, one of the best IEM under $20 based on what I experience and based on my reviews. It is definitely one of those best IEMs that you can afford today by the time that I make this video. Definitely, in my opinion, it definitely supersedes or dethrones the 1R SE and the SG in terms of value, and it is up there with the other budget IEMs under $20 or under $25. Like for example, the Tanjim Bunny or the Tanjim 1. I haven't heard the Zero Ultima just yet, but I may review it sometime around. But there's that. Or yeah, it is definitely one of the best, since if the overall tuning on the 1R SG 2nd gen is, in my opinion, well tuned. It is well put. It is very versatile, since despite it being neutral at most, it doesn't skimp in the bass response. The bass response is very chunky. It is very rumbly, and it never lacked to my preferences as long as you're getting a good seal and proper fit for it. If there's a nitpick on the 1R SG that I can discuss, it would be the only thing that I could nitpick of is the fit. Yeah, the cable, the ear hooks are really stubborn on the Tangzu 1R 2nd gen. I hope they like they rehash the version of the cable on this one, because the ear hooks on my ears, it is a bit stiff for me to fit it. It's either they can soften the ear hooks or probably just remove the ear hooks altogether, because once it is removed, it is a night and day in terms of fit, comfort, and isolation to my ears at least. Okay, and that ends my review for the Tangzu 1R 2nd gen. Again, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core, like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me. Since again, I won't be editing this video review extensively in that regard. Okay, so it is that since I am more of a written person than more than a video person. Okay. Okay. So again, there are still a lot of backlogs. Again, still have like VE products here and there. I still have some products on the way, and this also arrived here, the N820 by NF Acus. So it I am still very very busy on that regard. Okay, and see you on the next one. Isa pa.